Welcome into a live edition, another live edition of Tap and Eagle here on YouTube. Two Fernandos on the show this week. Fernando Palomares, the usual Fernando, and our guest this week, Fernando Lopez. Fernando, the usual Fernando, just give us a little background on our guest here.
Yeah, well, I think we all know Fernando's sister, Gaby Lopez, one of the best players in the world. But man, Fernando is just as good as golfer himself, and it's a pleasure of having him here. And it's going to be very good to hear his take on golf in general.
No background for me this week. I'm moving tomorrow, so this is my last night in my apartment. So we're dedicated and coming to you tonight, even though we're both busy. I know Fernando's done this from his car before, and I did from a hotel bathroom before. So we're dedicated on this show here. Let's get into it, though. We all played some golf this week. I played here in Iowa at a PGA qualifier course today, Blue Top Springs, and it is one of the harder courses. I mean, I didn't finish very well. I finished double bogey, triple bogey, double bogey, but you know, I'm no professional golfer out here like you two guys have been out here. But where else did you guys play this week?
You go, Fernando.
Oh, thank you, man. Well, I played here like in a mini tour in a event here in Tequisquiapan. It's like a few hours away from Mexico City. And, you know, I was 4 over, like after 9 holes. I was like, what am I doing here? But then I made like a huge, like 40-footer for par, like after hitting in the dink on the first hole. And man, I mean, I started on number 8, which was my 11th hole. And man, that gave me so much confidence. I started rolling every putt. I shot like 2 under on the back 9. So I ended up shooting +2. You know, it was not enough to win, but at least got some good taste in my mouth after that. Some good feelings for the next tournament.
That's good. That's good.
Love it.
Yeah. I played in the Club de Golf Mexico, which is my home course.
Amazing.
I think it's a good course. I mean, for Mexico, it's considered one of the best. I mean, in design and everything. And I played with my buddies, and it was good. I did a good round, free of bogeys, which was great. Yeah, not a lot of good putting, but a lot of good ball striking. In my game, it was going backwards. I was not striking so good and putting, saving the rounds with the putter. So I'm happy to be striking better. Yeah.
So you can win with ball striking now. That's what it's all about, you know. Who cares?
So
who cares about putting anymore?
you can be the number 1 putter in the world, but if those shots are for bogey, it doesn't matter how good in the green you are. You know, you have to strike the ball to give you the opportunities to go low.
Exactly, that's what I always say.
Exactly.
Driver is my best club.
There's even a book about how is the book? And the name of the book, I think, is A Game of Shot, or I'll text you the guys the book, which is a statistic data book about strokes gain. The guy who invented the strokes gain system wrote it. Yeah, and he explains in that book how Tiger dominated that effortless, or like in the tour for so many years, and it's because of the ball striking. I mean, he was really good in the putting, but in the ball striking, he was just. There's a graph like with the strokes gain, and you see Tiger, like,
wow,
in a whole another scale. So I think dominance comes by ball striking, in my opinion.
100%. That I always thought Tiger was like missing a lot of fairways when I used to watch him play, but then I saw the stats, and he was winning on strokes gain off the tee, and it was because he never hit it in the water, he never hit it out of bounds. and he was hitting on the green anyway from whatever he was missing the fairway from.
Yeah, and in a lot of courses with like TPC courses or major courses where the greens are so protected, it is well more useful to hit it from the rough 100 yards away than 180, 160 in the fairway or even in the rough, you know. So having those because he was way longer than anyone, so
So long.
that helped him a lot in that matter. But it was not only that; he used to do some long irons into the hole. So it's all about ball striking, and if you have a lot of opportunities in the green and you dunk a couple, you have a 66 round over there, you know. Like I always tell people when they ask me or whatever, um, like what's the difference between a low round and a good round, you know? And I always tell them sometimes it's just that you make made three more pots than a round of 69 or than a round of 66. You had the same opportunities, but you dunk three more pots and you save the three pot, and there you go, your 64 round. You know, sometimes you play the same exact ball striking performance round, and you missed some three extra potters, and you have your round of 71, 72. But it's still the same round, but the pot gives you like helps you to do the low round. But I have seen really good players, and even I have a couple of those that you have 65s with missing every single pot, you know. So
Incredible.
and you still do a 7 under because you were like bam bam par fives, boom, you know. So I think for me it's not only about the ball striking, but I think for me it's the most important thing to win or to go low more than the putter.
Totally.
I mean, to win you have to be the best in both areas in the tournament, but to be constant, I think ball striking is way more important.
There you go. You heard it here first. Ball striking is important. All right, let's get into a little bit of your pro career. What you doing now, Fernando? Just let us know what's going on in your life.
Well, you just got me in a I think a transition in my pro career. I I'm seeking to this next PGA Conferry Q school to be my last. I call it the last dance. I think it will be uh, the beginning of the rest of my pro career or the end of it. You know, so it's something I'm in peace from back a while. And golf for me was like extra sweet and sour, but an extra thing to do in life that life gave me, which I'm really grateful for. I have I'm really grateful for taking the chance and the opportunity to do it. But I think you got me just in my final curve of pro career, which could be the beginning of the rest of it. You know, I mean,
You
you
never
never
know. Yeah.
know. You never know. I think I got what it takes, but I also know and always knew that I can got in the pathway and yeah, and right now I'm actually not training a lot. I think my mind is way cleared, and I am playing. I'm starting to strike the ball pretty good again, which I think I've lost for the last 3 years. And I think everything I'm doing around my career of golf has helped me to be more clear in the golf course. So who knows? Maybe you'll have good news next semester for me. But right now I'm
Yeah.
just playing the local tour, which is the Mexican tour. I'm maybe playing in next month the PGA Americas. Um, which I'm waiting for the sponsor exempt, because the last year in that event I was the best Mexican, so I think I might got
Let's
the
go.
I think I might got the invite, and if not, I'm playing the qualifier, and basically the whole summer I'm kind of off golf to I wanna I'm starting some uh, business here in Mexico, so I want to launch them and to get them rolling, to get back to training properly for my last dance project, which I think it will start in July, August, to train as you gotta train to make it to the next level. So basically, right now it's just do my things about besides golf, and in July I'll be back training for the last Q school. hmm That's basically it. Uh, and yeah, even if to give you some of my background, I play PGA Americas in pro wise and amateur wise, playing well, way all over Mexico, US, and America, well, Latin America, and yeah, I've been playing Mexican Tour and PGA Latin America. That's basically my pro career background. I I've I won my first and only tournament last December,
Nice.
and
Nice.
it was in my home course, and it was really fun.
Do you have
Oh,
a favorite?
congratulations.
You have a favorite course that you played besides your home course?
Mm, I think
Okay.
Riviera in
Wow.
California, in the 2017 U.S. Amateur. I think that'll be it. And Oakland, and I think no number one Oakland Hills in near Detroit.
Oh,
I think
Mhm.
it's the one that got on fire. The clubhouse got on fire like a couple of years ago.
Oh
Do you
yeah, I heard
remember?
about that.
Yeah, that course. It's they have hosted U.S. Opens and Ryder Cups back in the day, and that course is amazing. It's
that's where
you
the
gotta play.
PGA Championship was played, huh?
Yeah, PA Championship, U.S. Open, U.S. Amateurs, and a couple of Ryder Cups also. I think. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we need to check that out. I mean, Nick doesn't live far from there.
No,
Oh, really?
I'm all a couple hours drive. Yeah, maybe I should go play it.
You should go, man. It's really cool course. Um, it was a USGA setup, and the rough was like this. My brother who caddied for me in that he was a US amateur. He has a video of he throw a bottle of water, a plastic water bottle, into the rough, and it disappeared. It disappeared. We had three spotters in every fairway, in every hole, to see where your ball was.
Wow. And how big was the water bottle?
Shoot like 80-80, like not playing that bad, and yeah, that course it was amazing. It's long, tough, everything a USGA setup golf course needs.
Yeah,
Crazy.
that rough is no joke.
What about you guys? What is your favorite course?
That I've played the John Deere Classic course,
Mm,
TPC Deer Run. That's a fun course.
mm.
Um, and it's like, and I got some good perspective because I'm hitting from the white tees, and then I'm saying, okay, well, where did the PGA Tour pros hit from? And I look 100 yards behind me. That's where they're hitting from. I'm like, okay. I was like,
I think good here.
it's already muy difícil, it's already so hard. And then and then you add 100 yards on every hole. It's like, okay, all right.
Yeah,
It's
those-
so crazy. I recently played a Manali, which is like a really beautiful course here in Mexico. And man, the difference between where I was playing from the backs to where my friends were playing in the whites was like 200 yards in some holes, man.
Hey, Fernando, hey.
Because they were playing from the front because the whites were like in repair or something. So it was just insane. Like the difference was like a shuttle ride.
Oh man.
That's one
Oh,
of my favorite courses, Amanali. Also, El Bosque in Leon, where they play the Corn Ferry Tour. I just played it recently, and it's so fun. Every hole has like a feeling, like you have to think a little bit, and you think you played it well and you didn't, or the other way around. So that's really cool. And well, my home course, Curiquilla, where I live, just because I live there. Well, yeah, I mean, so many. That's what we like about golf. That it's so many different opportunities, so many different possibilities, and sometimes, like this, like Michael Jordan, who made his course to suit him best, and that's why we like it. Because I mean, if it was me, I would play like to reach the fairway, you have to hit it like 300 yards just to reach the fairway. That way, I have like an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
easy answer to say your home course, man. That's okay though. That's okay. We'll give you a pass. We'll give you a pass. All right. Guess Fernando is part of a legendary family. His sister Gabby, one of the best golfers on the LPGA Tour and in the LPGA Tour's history as well. And then your older brother, you said he's caddied for you. He's a great golfer as well. So just tell us, a little bit about your family and living in that golf life as a family and being all great at golf.
uh, where to start in this one? But I think we came from a golfer family since my granddad and my grandmom. Uh, they just loved the sport. My dad also loved the sport, and we got into it like really young, maybe 6 years, 5 years. Like not as a baby, like the toddlers now. They play with plastic sticks, and you can know that those kids will be in the LPGA and PGA in 20 years. But yeah, we started really young into the game, and my dad and my mom, they both did an absolute fantastic job with us, in a way that they always made it like fun for us to want us to be into the game, like offering hitting to the basket and offering coins, Mexican pesos, which like half a dollar maybe in those days. Like if you hit it into the basket or something like that, with treats and chocolates, and always letting us driving the cart. And I don't know, it was always like they tried it to make it fun. And also we are like really competitive, like in our DNA, like it's something we got. So we went into practice and practice more and getting wanting to win. And uh, and my mom, in the other hand, did a terrific job, really good, with us supporting us in a way that taking us to the lessons every day. We used to eat in the car just to get in on time to the range. And if we had a tournament and you have to woke up at 4 a.m., they just do the travel and all the expenses that it got, and that because being a junior golfer, it's like being a pro golfer but without the earnings, you know. Or maybe I think maybe expensive, more expensive, because you have to pay for more flights because it's you and your parents and your brother and the fees and the hotel and everything. So they did a lot of effort to make us uh, achieve to even get into the tournaments. Being good in the tournaments, that was more because we love the sport and we love to practice. My family never, it was never like mandatory. Like I saw it with a lot of players that nowadays all the mandatory we players go to practice. And if you if they did a bogey, they yell at the kid. And yeah, and maybe 80% of those kids, they quit it before even going to college, maybe, or just around college. Like they just quit it. And maybe one out of 50 that were like really mandatory, super high performance golf when you were 11, 12, got into a pro career. So I think that was the balance that my parents achieved to make good great players about in their sons. I mean, first of all with my sister and my brother and I, but I think was the balance between supporting and making it fun, you know. And I remember my dad always when we finished a tournament when we were kids, he approached to you and the first thing he asked always was, "Did you have fun?" And sometimes you were like crying, like, "Ah, I'm a fucking shit, piece of shit. I finished double, 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 double." Okay. So no, I didn't have fun. Oh, there's a problem. We cannot come, wake up 6 a.m. and do not have fun, you know. So I think that was special and key in the success of their uh, sons and and daughter to be good at golf for sure.
That's kind of like what Scotty Scheffler said. Like he said his mom never asked him what score he shot, like when he was a kid, and that kind of
Mhm.
helped him with his confidence and not really caring about that and having more fun with it. So that's kind of relatable as well.
Mhm. That's for sure, and that I think that what that accomplished was that the willing to be a champion came from from the inside from us. My dad tells me the story when Gabby was good. I mean, like nation, regional wise, she was good, but there were like five, six girls that were always winning and always like the stars of the junior Mexican golf. And Gabby told my dad like, "Dad, I want to win now. I really want to win." And my dad was like, "You gotta fucking train and work your ass off. I mean, I'm not going to tell you to do it. If you really want it, you'll do it." And that's what Gabby did. Like she trained. I remember uh, the day after Christmas Eve, which is mandatory vacation from worldwide and humanity. And Gabby was like Michael Phelps next morning practicing, you know. And so it's not magic. You just need to work your ass off to get there. That's that's and also a little bit of combination of luck and playing good when it mattered the most. I mean, Q School being that scenario because you can win every single tournament and you go to Q School and you do not play good, you are done for that year. You know, I think Scotty was asked which was the most important tournament he played, and he answered Q School for sure. And that's one of the things that Gabby did. First try, boom, college, LPGA. So uh, I think that's not consequence. Is or in the other way, it's consequence of all the effort that she has put in her career for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm playing Q School again this year for the Mexican tour. It's like my third or time, and I don't even know how many tries I've got. But man, like I could win like this year. I mean,
This
who?
is the one. Yeah. Who
Uh,
knows? You gotta your to work your ass off, my tocayo. Uh, and I hope you for the best. It's in Amanali, no? Right?
yeah,
This year.
exactly.
Much of luck, man. You'll do good. I know.
Yeah, I've been playing better. Just gotta stay chill.
Yes.
Positive vibes both of your ways with playing. Just like tapping into your sister a little bit more. You mentioned she just trained and trained and trained. What's kept that consistency for her, because she's still out here competing and contending every week?
Uh, I think the key for her is how much she enjoys uh, practicing and training. I remember we were in some day in the range, it was a good spot to practice, but we were there like for 3 hours, and she told me, "Oh man, I can be here all day long, and I just love it." And I was like, "I want to go for a beer, it's too hot."
Me too.
And and I think that's it. The the amount of joy that training gave to Gabby, I think it has been key for for her achievements in golf wise and in everything. It's it's crazy. And I've seen from the first chair. I nobody tells me this. It's crazy.
Wow, what an example of discipline and just following your highest excitement to the best of your ability with no insistence of the outcome. I mean, I'm sure she wants to win, but I think she does sit more because she loves the game. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you love being at the driving range for 3 hours, you definitely love the game for sure.
For sure, for sure.
It's
Yeah,
not the same playing, like walking and playing and just staying in the range. You feel the heat much more when you just staying at the range.
hmm
Hmm.
Oh yeah. But we know who was at the range a lot this weekend was the winner of the Byron Nelson, Wyndham Clark. He goes 30 under to win this thing. 11 under in the last round. That's a lot of birdies. This is his first win since 2024. He's been in the news a lot for his temper. Last year at the U.S. Open, he damaged a locker and got banned from Oakmont. And then last year's PGA, he threw a club and it actually like broke a sign of a advertiser for the event. So it's kind of a little bit of redemption for him. Little confidence going forward. Maybe change the mindset a bit for Wyndham Clark, but definitely 11 under that last round. That's something incredible for sure.
Wow, man, yeah. And you picked him to win
I
last week,
did,
man.
I did, and then Siwoo was also my pick, and he came in second. So
Man,
Wow.
you're on fire this week.
that's right. Usually it's Fernando, but this week it was me for some reason. So
Well, I think you've been paying attention,
yeah,
and it's funny because Nick. This shows that Nick is paying attention because Nick doesn't like Wyndham, but he knew that he was trending, and he's like he's gonna win.
yeah,
And he put
Nice.
some money on it, and he made some money. Yeah.
Oh, really?
yeah. Between those two, $60. So
Oh, nice.
yeah,
That's good. It
yeah.
gave us the picks for the sport book, man. That'll be good. Good profit for the week.
Yeah, that's what we always say. People should just watch just for our picks because we'll
We've been
win.
picking so many winners this year
Watch the
already.
podcast. We have the best picks. You'll get rich.
It's true. No, it's true.
Oh yeah. But yeah, like I said, Siwoo Kim came in second. He also had an 11 under round, Fernando, that second round. So there's a lot of low scores this weekend, and he now leads the PGA Tour because he plays so much, along with your guys Sung Jae Im, the Koreans out here. They play as much as anybody. They're out there every week. That's now his 7th top 10 this year, Fernando.
Yeah, incredible. And I picked Sanjay to finish top 10, so I made some money there. And maybe they play more tournaments because their swing is slower. Their tempo is smoother.
Yeah.
They save some energy.
Yeah, they save energy. They are not as tired as for two tournaments for them. It's like 1 week for the others.
It's crazy. They play like 30 tournaments in a year.
That's crazy, man.
Every week they're out there. It's crazy.
It's crazy. I think that's because they are so far away from home. So they cannot go and settle like I don't know. I think it's an hypothesis. I don't know, but they play too much. Maybe the swing thing. It's not. It helps because I I I I after 3 weeks in a row I'm deaf. I mean, like I need to sleep 3 days to get past that. So that's amazing from those guys, and to being able to do 11 birdies in a round after being like 8 weeks in a row in 8 different bets in 8 different weathers and everything. It's just remarkable. I love it.
and Siwoo's best friend. They both live in Texas, Scotty Scheffler, and we're still waiting for another win from him. I mean, he still hasn't won since January. This time he soloed third. He had all those second place and runner-up finishes like the rest of this year up until now, until he finishes third. So how close are we in for Scotty for actually winning here, Fernando? What do we think?
Yeah, incredible. I mean, he saw his best friend, like you said, close to a 59. He wanted to catch him. He never knew like Wyndham was gonna come from behind, but Scotty just keeps pushing. He's gonna be maybe the best golfer of all time at the end of the day. Who knows? But what we're watching right now, or what we're witnessing, is special, and I think it should be the favorite for the next major for the U.S. Open.
Yeah, he's going for the career Grand Slam at the U.S. Open. So maybe he was just waiting for that. Maybe he was just waiting for the major. You know.
How good you need to be the favorite every single week, you know?
No, seriously though. Seriously. I mean, there's some weeks where it's not even worth betting on him because he's the heavy favorite, you know.
Yeah.
You're not even gonna make money if you bet on him.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's crazy. Solo third for Scotty, I think. For the fans, it just felt like a disappointment. That's how good he is. You know, it's crazy.
He played bad this week.
Yeah. A second place finish and a third place finish is bad for Scotty. That's how good he is.
Yeah.
All right, I had to throw this in here for you, Fernando, because I know how much you love him. Blades Brown, 19 years old, and with his T14 finish, now earns special temporary status on the PGA Tour. So now he doesn't have to play on the Corn Ferry. Now he can play on the PGA Tour if he wants.
Man, I'm so happy for him. I knew it. I mean, it's not like he needed to prove anything to me, but we picked him to win, and he's been close. And just 19 years old, already graduated from the Corn Ferry, already shooting solo, and this just proves that you don't really need like experience in golf. You just need confidence, and you don't need to know the course before. You just need to believe in yourself.
And it's crazy too, because the last time that he was in contention was the MX that Scotty won, and Blaze shot a 59 the round before to play in the final group with Siwoo and Scotty, who were both, 2 and 3 in this tournament. So it's kind of funny that it's all coming back to this now.
Yeah, crazy full circle there. Amazing.
We'll see what he does. But I know we have some opinions on this. I'm going to say out on a limb here that the PGA Tour wasted $25 million to renovate the TPC Craig Ranch because they try to make it harder for the players, because when Scotty won last year, it was 31 under par. This year, Wyndham Clark, 30 under par. So not much changes were made. And in America, you can play the TPC courses. Anyone can play them if you pay a good amount of money. So maybe it's harder for the random person, but it's definitely not hard for these pros. So what do we think about like the rollback and maybe making, going that route, and maybe, instead of going out for these par 5s and 3, make it a little bit harder for the pros?
Yeah, I think this goes hand in hand with the practice now that they have in America of cutting down the trees at the courses to make them back to their original design. It's like, of course, there were no trees because they were just planted, the trees. But I mean, I've heard that it makes it more fun. Like for some reason, some people like it more. But I think maybe like the rollback makes more sense to me rather than changing a whole course, which has been like naturally like evolving.
Because you can back up the tees all you want, but it doesn't seem like it makes any impact out there.
I know. Sometimes pros make the decision to not going for the green in 2 because they know they are going to be they're going to have more chances to do the birdie from 100 yards, not even if they go for it. So it's not a matter if they to just hold the PGA players to of getting into in the par 5s. It's not only about that. I mean, distance is not the only thing because of the scores are so low. mean, the scores have been being low, I think 15 years from now. Like these scores are not new.
I don't know what to do, honestly. I mean, it seems like something that just people have to get used to. I mean, what do we think? Is this a problem that the scores are low, or do we want to see a lot of birdies? Because I think it's kind of fun to see a lot of birdies.
Yeah, I think it's kind of fun, and I think that in my experience, the way to increase the scores is the setup of the course. Like you can get the greens to be super fast, like rock solid hard, the firm, and then narrow the fairways and long rough. And it's not the matter of the course; it's just a matter of the setup.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, in my opinion, if there's more trees, the difficulty of the course increases.
I agree.
And if it's longer, it depends on the course. Maybe sometimes it's better, maybe sometimes it's worse. And if the short is longer, then it's definitely harder. If the greens are harder, then it's harder. And if the greens are faster, then it's harder. But for some players, if the greens are faster, it's easier.
Well, we'll see what happens with the PGA Tour. A lot of changes are coming with the new commissioner, schedule changes, the rollback, everything. So we'll see how this goes going forward. But definitely a lot of mixed opinions out there. Let's quickly touch on this, Fernando. 44 years old, Richard Stern. Man, he was 5 shots back, 4 shots back with 5 holes to go, and somehow pulls us off. He had 11 years in between wins, bunch of injuries. So he stuck with it, and it ends up being a great story out there in Belgium.
Yeah, he was one of the first golfers I used to watch back when the European Tour was airing on the Golf Channel Latin America, and it was just amazing to watch him. It's just so easy for him. The game is so easy, and this is why we love golf. I mean, 11 years later, he's still at the top of the game. What a story! Sad to see Nicolas Colsers miss the cut, though, but at least he shot under par.
That's all right. You know why? Because we'll see him on Live this week, the Live broadcast. The betting favorites going into the Live Golf Korea, which is back after its last event in the U.S. and Virginia. Of course, John Rahm, like Scotty every week, is the favorite on Live. And then you have Bryson DeChambeau, who hasn't really been playing that well, missed cuts at both majors this year. And then Joaquin Neiman as well, who's he's been near the top of leaderboards as well. What do you think about these three?
Yeah, I mean, John Ram shot 6 under. Our naming can that should be enough to win the Live Golf Korea. I mean, that kind of level. He's top three in every single tournament. He should be the heavy favorite. And Bryson, after missing the cut, we all know he's a different dog in Live. He's a juggernaut there, so he should be close to winning. And Neiman, I think, gave some good signs of hope at the PGA. We all know what kind of phenom he is, and to see him back playing well after 5 wins last year, I think was just about time, and he's going to be ready for the majors.
Before we went on tonight, I was talking with Fernando Lopez about John Rahm's drive at Live Golf Mexico City. It was a 390 yards. Like insane. So I just want to get Fernando's take on John Rahm and just what's made him great from your eyes.
Which Fernando?
Lopez.
ah, uh, I talked about John Ram with Santiago Casado, which is Carlos Ortiz, like performance holistic coach, which is with him in every single tournament in Live on Live Tour, and he has told me that John Ram is nothing into technique, and he attributes a lot of his success because of his mentality, like Mamba, super competitive mentality. Like he sees the leaderboard and he sees like 3 shots away, so he presses the gas, and he's more like an artist. You can see in his golfing, he's like unorthodox as a swing can live. I think I think John Rahm's success is because of his mindset inside the golf course, inside the ropes, for sure.
It's all about that mindset. Now we talked about how our picks are winning, right? Let's get into some picks, win some people some money here. The important thing.
Listen to this, guys.
Yes, yes. So here are my three picks. First,
Let's go.
of course, I'm making the easy one with John Rahm. Victor Perez is coming off a T5 finish last week on the
Oh.
DP World Tour, and David Puig had a top 20 at the PGA, and he's been on the podium a lot this year in LIV. So I'm going with those three. Fernando, what do we think about those? Then we'll get into yours.
Yeah, Victor, I picked him last week and he played really well on the
Yeah,
Sudal Open. So, très bien pour lui. And yeah, man, John is always a luck. But that's why you said, like, it's not even worth it betting on John Ram or like Scotty Scheffler. Like, if you bet like 50 pesos, you win like 70 pesos.
yeah, yeah, not definitely not worth it for sure. And we know how much you love AK. You're going with Anthony Kim. Ian Poulter has been playing well. Has those new McLaren irons as well, and also Sergio. That's another one of your guys.
Yeah, man, like this year I put some money on AK to win on Adelaide, and when he won, I could just not believe it. Like that made me like 50 times my money. It was like unlikely. Even before the final round, he was just 5 shots back. He had less than 0.1% chance of winning. Imagine that. So obviously he has way more chances this week because he's been proving every week that he can play well now. And Ian, I think he's like a polarizing character, like the postman. I think he's a better ball striker than most people think. And he talked about how he turned pro when he was like a 5 handicap, which tells a, a lot about him that he has the confidence. And Sergio changes putter grips every week, but I mean he's the most talented guy out there, so why not?
Love that, love that. And then PJ Tour is staying in Texas, playing at Colonial this week. A little bit of a lesser field, but still some good names out there. Ludwig Oberg is the favorite. Then you have Russell Henley and Justin Thomas. What do we think about these three, Fernando?
Yeah, I mean Ludwig, you keep calling him the Swedish Greg Norman, which I'm not really a fan of. I love Ludwig. He's my favorite guy, and but man, it's okay. Russell Henley, one of the best iron players. I think this course is known for being like a little bit of a challenge on the of the tee and on strokes gained towards the green, so it makes sense.
Do you who stands out from these guest Fernando? You like who do
I
you like?
think Ludwig, of course.
I also think Ludwig. Out of these three, I think Justin hasn't played was he can like his best, and Russell. I mean, Russell is interesting. I think between those three, Ludwig and then Russell for me.
Okay, and like Wyndham Fernando. Okay, Swedish Greg Norman. I mean, no hit by it, but I will be picking him this week. Okay, so there we go. There we go. I am picking him this week, and my guy Ricky Fowler. Okay, I know he didn't play well at the PGA, but came in second at the Truist, and Ben Griffin also. I just love Ben Griffin's story. He couldn't afford to play out on the tour, and then he went into finance, and then the finance company he worked for decided to pay for. They're saying, "Hey, you're too good to not be out there," so they decided to pay for him to be back on tour. Now they're one of his big sponsors, and he's been playing
Wow,
well.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, recently as well. So I respect to Ben Griffin, but these are my three this week. My guy Ricky, Ludwig, and Ben Griffin. Fernando.
Yeah, I saw that Ben Griffin was like very public about his expenses, like week in week out, and some people were like maybe dubious about if that was true, or, like accurate or not. But he said that he was spending around 50K a week, like adding everything up. Maybe Fair has a better idea if that's maybe that's the case. But I mean, anyways, he's been playing great, and Ricky, I think. if I try to play with sunglasses, like when you turn on the backswing, like you kind of like watch out of the sunglasses a little bit. So that's why I get that he wears those sunglasses that cover all of your face. I think that should be ideal for golf, and I should get some of those.
Ricky just has some swag, Fernando. You're jealous. That's all.
I know I love Ricky. Well, I mean, maybe I am jealous, but I love him.
Hey, going back to what you said about Ben Griffin, I don't know if he played 1 week in Johannesburg and 1 week then in Mexico, maybe he spent a 50K, but 50K a week is a lot. I mean, no way. You're already rich. Why do you play for golf for living, man? You know, where do you get 50K a week?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Yeah, he said he was losing money being on tour, and he left to do some real estate, some finance, and then everybody realized that he was too good to not be there. So then they're like, "Oh yeah, let's help you out." So then he's come and he's been on the Ryder Cup and he's won a couple times. So good
He's
story.
great. He's great.
Good story for Ben Griffin. Let's get into Fernando's favorites for this week. Michael Kim, my guy Tom Hoagie, North Dakota's favorite son, and then Hideki Matsuyama. What do we like about these three, Fernando?
Yeah, Michael Kim. I had the pleasure of watching him shoot like a 64 in Cabo. That I follow them, and I think he's been trending. He went back to his draw after trying to hit a fade for a few years, and it's like his natural tendency, and that's what he feels more comfortable with. And Tom Hoagie, your boy, he's been playing great, man. He's like very quiet. Like for some reason, he looks like a reserved guy. Maybe you know if that's true or not. And Hideki is just such a character. Like he has such high expectations of himself. And when we follow him at the Open, he has like an entourage of like 50 reporters. So the amount of pressure that he's under every tournament is crazy. And he's such a perfectionist. Like you could see him like hating his shot and hitting it to like 3 feet, and only he could do that.
Yeah, I mean the Asian media is something else. I mean, it's like double like what you think, triple what you think is the normal media. Like that's the Asian media. You know, one person follows one golfer, it's like 300 for one. With any of the Asian guys out here. Yeah, but no, he's just very reserved guy, a very focused guy. And the only time that he really likes to talk is after he's playing well. So I think that tells you a lot about his personality.
That's a smart guy.
Yeah. What do we of these three guess Lopez, guess Fernando? Any of these three that you like stick out?
I like the three of them. I think they're all great players. Uh, I think Hideki has the advantage for me because of his curriculum of being master champion and just what Fernando said about the pressure and how he managed the pressures of the Asian uh, press is something else. And I think Hideki is a great pick always.
There we go. You heard it there first. And then we'll quickly touch on the Austrian Open on DP World Tour. The favorite is the Austrian Sepp Straka, taking a break from the PGA Tour to go home and play in his home Open there. There we go.
Man, I was just thinking like Uraf Plemlau, he played great again last week, so I'm going with him.
There we go. Yeah, he's still is 24 under par is what he won at.
Yeah, he won like by 14 shots.
By 14 shots. It's still,
really?
Yeah,
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Wow, in the DP.
Yeah.
14 shots. Yeah, insane.
Wow,
and he had 3 bogeys in the final round too.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
And he could do 10.
It's crazy.
Yeah, what did you say?
That he could did 10 bogeys and still win, so that's crazy.
Yeah, no, we saw something special from the South African last week.
And even if he doesn't do anything else the rest of his career, we'll always have that from him.
He was one of Louis Oosthuizen's like scholars. He had like a golf mentorship program. He came out of there.
Awesome stuff.
Nice.
We love to hear that. Well, We've loved having two Fernandos on this week. We've reached the end of the episode. We had Fernando Lopez on. For all those just tuning in here at the end, make sure after we end the live stream here, you go back and you watch the very beginning, because we had some great insight about Fernando Lopez's career, his sister Gabby, and how they become such a great golf family. But if you enjoyed this episode, you made it all the way to the end, make sure you hit that subscribe button below for weekly episodes here. Fernando Palomares, who's below me on the screen here, he's on with me every week, and we love to have guests on like Fernando Lopez, Fernando Dos. So yeah, but hey, it's been a great episode.
Nice Spanish there.
Let's just some closing thoughts here before we sign off.
I wanted to say, like, Fernando Lopez's brother Pepe also played this week, and he almost won like a Mexican couples pairing tournament here. Tell us maybe about that.
I think it could be like the Mexican Floorball Championship, maybe like a national championship. And he did play great. He has played better and better this year. He's so happy, and we're all happy for him. He didn't end up with a trophy, but he did good. So we're happy for him. Cheers to my brother Pepe.
Man, what a golfing family, man. We love to see it.
Man, what awesome family, man.
We're the Mexican Cordas.
Yeah, the Mexican Cordas. Yeah, I love
Mexican
that.
Cordas.
I love that Mexican Cordas. That's good. That's good. I love
the first timer. I love it.
I love that. We yeah. But one of them has to play tennis, though. We have to get somebody to play tennis. Who's playing tennis?
Yeah, I'm gonna need to paddle. So maybe.
There you go. Paddle is Mexican.
Yeah, but we are not as good as the Europeans in that.
That's true.
No. Well, it was a great episode. We heard a lot of great insight. Like I said, if you made it all the way to the end, we would love for you to subscribe, and maybe Fernando Dos would love to come on another time as well. We really love to have you on.
Whenever you invite me, guys, I'm always more than glad. I'm happy to be here with you. I had a great time, and you're both great persons to be around. So thank you for the invite, and hope the best for you guys.
Oh, thank you, man. That was lovely.
Let's end on that note. It was so beautiful. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next week.
You too. Have fun. Keep the picks of the program this week.
Listen,
that's right. Listen. Mucho dinero.
Mucho dinero. They went to win mucho dinero. See you guys.
Bye.